about hand building another teapot. This one's in a technique that I call soft slab. It's a little bit better for more kind of cylindrical or geometric shapes. So I have just a circular slab down here on my fancy wearboard, otherwise known as like a Rubbermaid lid. And I have already scored that, and I rolled out a bunch of about 1.25 inch wide little soft slabs. Pretty easy. I mean, the only reason they're 1.5 inches is that was the thickness of my ruler, so it made it very easy to cut. So I just basically cut one side of my ruler, then I cut the other side of my ruler. And out of that, I got these nice little soft slabs. Now, I made sure that my slabs were at least the length that I need to wrap around my circular base. And then I measured them, and I realized what I need is a 12.5 inch length for this thing. And I'll show you a little bit as to why that's important to know the length. So I cut it out. I'm mitering my two edges. This one's going to be mitered so that it tapers to the end on the top, and this one's going to be mitered so it tapers to the end on the underneath side. And then get that ready for scoring with a little water. Score it and score it over here. Now I'm ready to, since I already scored the base, I'm ready to bring this over and put it on the base. And this is something where I could really work hard to smooth off every little detail, or I could actually celebrate the joints by not cleaning them up very much at all and allow that to be part of the aesthetic of this piece. I think I'm gonna smooth it off a bunch. I already also rolled out a little small coil, a damp coil. I actually rolled it out and put a little water on it. And that's going on the inside to reinforce my joint at the base. Some other things around your house that you might find helpful would be potentially a hair dryer to speed things up if you don't want to wait for things to set up. I also put a few of the items that I was preparing today for these demonstrations in my oven at 200 degrees for about 10-15 minutes, and they went to leather hard real quick. So yeah, just have like an oven pan, stuck my pieces on there, put the oven at 200 and check them frequently, like at least every 5 minutes. And I think mine stayed in for around 10 minutes. And then I took them out and they were perfect, just shy of leather hard. So I just added some water and I'm ready to add another coil. And then I have another slab. I know it needs to be 12.5 inches. I'll miter this. Miter this end. Add some water where I need to score. And score. The base and the two sides of the miter. I've already scored this. So I'm wrapping it around my second layer, going up vertically. And I'm not going to put a whole coil in there, but I might, if I see any cracks in between my two soft slabs, I might add a tiny little coil. Otherwise, I'm just running my finger on the joint to smooth it out, make sure it's a nice, clean, and sanitary interior for tea. And now, like, I could just leave that line. I could even use like a decoratively colored slip as my scoring material if I wanted to highlight that edge. I'm not going to do either of those things though. I think I want to smooth this out. So I'm going to use a rib to smooth out what I've done so far. And I do believe at this point, I probably need to either stick this piece back in the oven at 200 degrees for 10 minutes or use a hairdryer or just wait for a little while. I think I will wait. But the thing about building with slabs and most hand building techniques is that you do have to stop and wait for things to set up before you move on. And probably after 2 slabs, this one needs to wait as well. And so I'll be putting this additional slab on and maybe 2 or 3 more off camera, and then I will do another video showing you how I finished up this teapot. Thank you, and thank you, Arlo.